Hey guys, it's Karen. It is day 34 of my 100 Days of Making Comics challenge. And I spent more than a half hour on this today. There are some things that I'm changing around that are kind of probably minor to the viewer, but are going to make a headache to me. Okay, so first I'll look at, I'm almost done drawing out the people on panel 2. So let me go to panel 2. And I'm not sure how much of this panel you can see, so I'll kind of scroll side to side. So I finished, well, one thing I did was I compared my page to a comic I have here. So I made the panels wider. I went all the way to I went past my safe area to the bleed, well, no, this is the cutoff, the full bleed, and this is, I can't even remember. I don't know, I might have to adjust things when I print when I lay it out for print. I don't know. But so what I did was I made the panels bigger because I had too much white on the page. And I also enlarged this middle panel. So the figures are bigger than they were when I was inking them originally, which means that if I go into 100%, I don't know if you can tell, but they're much bigger, but they're also, the lines are fuzzy. And I could sharpen it up and it would probably print okay since I'm like drawing it a really much larger resolution than it's going to be, or size that's going to be printed down. But I'm a freaking glutton for punishment and I'm going to redraw all this. I'm going to re-ink. I'm going to consider this my pencils and I'm going to re-ink the figures. I still have to do the background and I haven't finished penciling, quote unquote, this guy. He's the last one that needs to be finished. The villain. So, and then I have to do then I have to pencil the background. Why I'm down here on the floor, I don't know. Also, my brush size has gotten bigger. Like the actual, like the lines have gotten bigger than when I originally drew them because I enlarged. So I don't know, down here, I'm starting to ink with the same small brush. Hold on, I gotta get to this side. Sorry if I'm making people sick. In this frame, and it's smaller. It's the same size, but the line is smaller because I didn't enlarge. What am I trying to say? Anyway, so I want the lines to be the same. So I started drawing panel 3 and I took the grouping back in the door from panel 2. I don't know if you can see it. Let's go up. I think I set my OBS screen to be like smaller than it should be, and so I'm having a problem showing my whole screen here. I'm sorry. I should adjust that next time. Okay, so I took these guys as a group, and then I blew them up and copied and pasted them here. But then when I penciled them all, and then I adjusted it. I penciled her in a separate layer, or blue line sketched them on a, so because I'm still kind of drawing her out. I'm still kind of penciling her out because she's going to have more detail than these guys. And I made her bigger. So she's not exactly in the same, I made her look like she's coming forward more than these guys because she's the focus. So I'll probably keep these guys darker and have her more in the light because I want people to focus on her because she's the heroine. But I did finish drawing the police officer on the second panel and the woman that our heroine is going to encounter in the bar arguing with the police officer. Or not police officer, station officer. So, yeah, I have to go ahead and figure out how I'm going to ink the background. And re-ink the figures in the foreground. You better leave me alone, dog. I've had it today. I'm grumpy and tired. Yeah, and then I got to figure out the first panel. I'm not happy with I'm not happy with this screenshot, this screen grab. It's not reading how I want it. Also, I'm wondering if I should flip the page or flip it so that it's coming in this way. Except when it was flying in on the first page, the ship was flying in this way. And so if I change it now, it's like at a really, then it changes. So that's why I have it coming in docking this way, because that's the way it was flying to the station, flying in its path. I need to find a better angle than this. It's just really flat. And the last change that I'm considering is, I think I've got the ending figured out now. With some input from fellow The 100's challenge risk taker Zabethi. But I think I was originally going to do this as a silent comic. And I think I'm going to I think I'm going to have to back off of that. I think I would like, I don't know that I want voice narration yet. I think I want to approach it like it's a movie, like, you know, and I don't want to have an interior monologue. That's what I mean by voice narration. I don't know that I want to have an interior monologue and show all of the main character's thoughts, because if I do that, then I think there will be no suspense on what her choice will be at the end. And I mean, there was suspense when I had to make the decision. And so I think, like a movie, I might show dialogue and stuff now, but not do any kind of voiceover or interior monologue from the main character, and just have whatever the camera can record. And no monologues to the audience or anything from the main character. But I'll see. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So that's what I'm thinking today. So yeah, it's kind of a pisser that I made, like, trap myself into redoing the, the other thing is, I drew this guy down here on the bottom, and he looks awfully like an Andorian from Star Trek. So I need to maybe take off those antennae, because I think that's making him look like an Andorian. So yeah, so that's all I got as far as what I did today. I did spend a lot of time on this off and on as I was listening to the news and other things. I don't know what else to say. I think I'll continue drawing for just a little bit, and then I'm going to head downstairs. So, and go play some video games. But I don't think I'm going to start re-inking page 2 until I get, or panel 2 until I get the background done. I'm just avoiding it because I don't want to. And it doesn't need to be anything elaborate because I'm going to keep a lot of it in gray tones. But I do need to make some kind of decision on these wall panels. And yeah, so that's what I got. Let's see which layer is which. Okay, so this layer, I gotta start naming these because I'm getting out of control again with my layers. This is the back group ink lines. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get away with such a thin line. I'm trying to think. Again, I feel like this is more going to be like a cut, like it's, even though it's all in gray tones and stuff, or it will be, it's ending up to being more like a colored book in the sense that I'm just keeping the lines very, unobtrusive and small. Excuse me. But I might have to thicken things up and stuff once again, I'm still kind of trying to figure out how this comic is going to be in these first couple pages for this style, and the style of the inks and the shading, how it's all going to come about. So I feel like once I get, I don't know, I'm not quick, clearly, and certainly giving myself extra work to do by like inking the entire second panel really small and then deciding that's not right and enlarging it and then having to re-ink it. Really kind of stupid. Not efficient, shall we say. So I like setting up the panels with the frame tool in Clip Studio, and having each one be on its separate folder. It's really handy, and they're adjustable because they're vector. So when I resized the frames, I didn't have to like redraw them or anything. I just resized them like they're like with a shape tool kind of. That's how they kind of work, like a shape, like a vector shape in Photoshop. And you can set the width of the frames and everything else, the lines and things. There's all kinds of things you can change. I mean, not all kinds, but there's many different things you can change. It's very handy. And what else? So, and I also like that I can overdraw the frame and it just disappears because it's inside that folder, and so it's got its own mask on it. And I don't have to like be worried about, I can just do that and you don't see it, it's gone. It doesn't show up. It doesn't show up in the frame on top. But the only problem with that is if you are filling like a black, if you're doing a black fill with the paint bucket tool up here, you have to remember to close off underneath the underneath your frame, or else it'll try to fill the whole page, I believe. So I don't know if these lines, now that I'm working, now that it's like larger, I don't know if these lines are too thin, and should I be using a different rapidograph size or whatever, but I'm not going to yet until I'm forced to. So it might be too thin, but it might not be. So So like I might end up outlining the main character on this panel with a thicker black outline to set her even further in front than the other guys, but I also might use white. I don't know, we'll see. I'll make that call when I... Hey, Zabethy! How are you? I thanked you earlier in this for providing me with some guidance for the ending of the story, but you do know that it's on the down low, right? Nobody should know. We can't talk about it here. Top secret information for your eyes only. Yes, a new panel. And I also said that, like an idiot, I enlarged the panels. And so now I'm going to have to re-ink all the people in panel 2. It's a problem. It's a problem. And I was just rambling about what I'm going to do before you got here, so... And I also decided that I think I'm going to have to actually no longer keep this as a wordless comic, that I think I'm going to need to have some dialogue in here. But I'm not going to go like full-blown voiceover, interior monologue, narration stuff. I think that's the main decisions that I stated before you arrived. So... Are you still at work? Why are my lines so jagged? Why is this ear lower than the other one? My wrist is actually sore from drawing so much these last few days because I have this tablet up at an angle. Ugh, I am not happy with the way I'm inking at all. No. Well, I was on mute. Then you missed all the brilliance that I had to say. All of my brilliance. You missed it. Oh. I said, thank you for helping me come to a decision about the plot, that it's top secret, and that I think I'm going to have to add dialogue to the story after all, and that I'm going to have to redraw panel 2 because I enlarged it. And now all the lines are fuzzy and the line weight is wrong. So I think that's all that you might have missed that I said. And that my wrist hurts. No, those are the important things I said anyway. And if I'm still on mute and I have to repeat that, I refuse. I'm grumpy tonight. Grumpy. And I don't know why I'm wasting so much time on these guys in the background. Huh, am I drawing this in the wrong panel? No, I'm not. Okay. Yep. I just don't know how much. Detail I want to put on this. Oh. I mean, I don't want it to look so freaking clean, but I don't know what to do. I don't know. Because I feel like I put more detail on the smaller stuff. I don't know. I'm going to put shadows on all of this, so I was shading it. Ugh, yuck. I just don't know about this. I just don't know. I don't know, and I don't know. Because the thing is, let's just quickly throw a tone under back here, just so I can see kind of how this might. What do I have it set at? No, I need to have it set at this. No. Wrong way. Why is it adding that? Why is it adding it? Drawing editing layer. No. I want it to be like it was on the other page. Do I need to set something different? Oh, I hate it when it does that. What is the setting here? Blending mode, draw, create a gradient layer. That's what I want to do, I believe. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Again, I'm not sure how this is going to look, or if this is how I'm going to keep it. Or if I just airbrush on there. I don't know. Then so I could either do gradients or I could just go straight on there with the shading. It starts to look a little strange, but you know, technically I don't even need to be doing this in tones. I could just do it in, I could just do it all in grays, but I just don't know how realistic I want it. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. Yikes. So if I erase, that's the same as adding to whites. Can erase into the tone. Can draw on the tone. Can cut and grad onto the tone. I just don't know what I want to do, people. Okay, so that I can't, that's the gradient. And it's going to be black back here. That freaked me out. Why is it showing up so... Is this not full black? It's not full black. That is why. So yeah, I'm not even sure I'm gonna keep this, but this is kind of what I was thinking. This comic's gonna be very strange looking, I think. I'm not sure in a good way. Okay, let's see here. What, why? God, this is so... lifeless. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's a look, I guess. Tight. Oh. I would probably want to put some kind of highlight around her, but maybe I could do something with another, like, I wonder if I have to screen off this whole thing, or if it would go like if I take this gradient, since it's inside, so it does do that. All right, so it does, I don't have to, because it stays inside the mask of the frame. It doesn't go up into the other two frames. So that's good to know. So what if I throw down that? But then that means I would have to actually not make adjustments. Oh, maybe I could. You like the thin line on the larger image? Yeah. So, I mean, it's just that I'm going to end up shading everything in this book, and issue, thing, story, whatever, and I'm not sure I'm really committed to that, but I guess I am. I guess this is kind of how it's going to look. Oh. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's just, so I would probably need to redo this layer, like make it all one layer. Like, I probably have to do like, I should probably just, I think I was starting to shade on that, so I'll probably just have to make like a neutral gray back there. I mean, I could turn this off and just see what it's like with the gradient that I put on. Without that dark gray. Maybe I kind of like it better without that. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to make me happy yet is the thing. I mean, quite honestly, I think I'm overthinking everything. I think I just need to um what am I trying to say? I just need to just make something and not overthink it and not worry about style and not worry about, this is just one practice book. Right, I do it too much. So yes, you're right. I overthink everything. And if I want to change the look of the pages within the book itself, why can't I, right? Like I don't have to stick with any one thing. So I think that layer is too dark. So I'm not sure why I'm stressing out so much. It doesn't really matter. This is supposed to just be a practice comic. Like I'm not trying to like get this published by anybody or make a name for myself with this or anything else. This is supposed to just be for fun, and I don't know why I'm stressing so much about it. It's ridiculous, quite honestly. So, ridiculous. 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 So then I think I would just do a I think I would then do like a high, maybe I'll just tone shade it after. I don't know. Not tone shade it. I meant cell shade. Or I could use the gradients. Yeah, you're right. Like I said, if I keep the lines simple and everything, it matches more with the other work I've done, than my my non-comic work. I'm just doing, I'm gonna probably head downstairs shortly, but I'm just doing a little playing just to get a feel for things. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that's the problem. I think this is the shadows. I know. I have some novels in the works. Those are also, I have both middle grade and adult ones. So I would need two different names for that probably. So I was thinking like Karen Lewis is what I have on my website, and it's the art name that I had before I got married, and I didn't change it. So that's what my website is, KarenLewis.com. And so my coloring books, I got 7, maybe 8. I don't know how many coloring books I published. Those are under that name. Karen Lewis Bonfiglio. Yeah. Then for craft stuff, like knitting patterns and stuff that I sell, I'm Karen Bonfiglio on that. And then for the adult content stuff, I was going to be KL Bonfiglio. So it was going to be Karen Lewis for my children's. It's ridiculous. Karen Lewis for my children's and my safe art. I know, right? I wouldn't bother with this if when you mix, I know, but when you mix children's stuff and adult stuff from a marketing, from books and stuff like that, people are really testy. If I wasn't doing any kind of children's stuff at all, I wouldn't worry about it. So I don't know. And it's not that yeah. I don't know. I've done a lot of research into publishing, both traditionally with publishing houses and independently. And I have friends in both who are publishing with New York publishers and have agents. And I have friends who are totally rock, like indie publishers. And it really is like I do have to separate out adult. So like I have some books that I've got outlined and stuff that I'm working on. That one, there's like I have a middle grade novel and I have a middle grade graphic novel that I'm almost ready to submit to some editors, agents. I just have to finish not the artwork, but it's just for just the script. So that all goes like in one, but then I have like some like sci-fi romance stuff that's and other romances and things that I want to do, which probably are going to have some like that I intend to self-publish, but they're going to be very adult, so it's like ridiculous. And I don't know. So anyway, that's woe is me. What I'm thinking though is that I'm probably just gonna, I'm not gonna hide it. Like it's not gonna be secret pen names or anything. That's why I'm using variations of my name, and I'll probably like link to things. But I don't know that like, and all of this honestly is gonna take years. Like I probably am not gonna get like any kind of publishing deals, and then I'll self-publish it later myself, and you know, all of this is years away. This is all my new game plan, but. In the meantime, that's my plans. In the meantime, I'm just working on this publicly at the moment. Nothing else is ready for showing. And I'm not going to share the things that until they've been rejected by everybody. I'm not going to share the other projects. So, but I'm really focusing on this one at the moment. Let me get this done. I need to erase this. I put it too hard. What the flippin' flip-flop? Oh, whoopsie. Hard eraser. I want my soft eraser. You think so, huh? Oh, you're very, very kind to me. Very kind. Very kind. I don't know that if I'm going to make this I don't know if I want to screen tone this. Might be better just to. Yeah, there was some discussion about me not even taking. My husband's so sweet. He wanted me to take his name, and at first I was like, but I'm known everywhere by my maiden name, and like, So now I'm just making it work for me. I'm just like, so like on my coloring books, right? It says Karen Lewis on the cover, but the copyright says Karen Lewis Bonfiglio inside, You're not kind, you teach for a living. Thank you. Oh, that's true. Teachers they know how to talk tough. The tough love, man. So what do you think these appendages are in this guy's face here? After I like drew them like with some detail, I thought, these aren't exactly that nice looking. I don't know what these are. And again, I might not keep any of this. I'm just like playing for the last few minutes here before just to try to get a feel of what I may or may not do, because if I feel like the finished product is going to be like okay with like the cut and grads and the shading, then I'm not going to stress out as much over the lines. Like if I think the lines are going to be successful, then I won't stress about how it like bare it looks on a larger picture, and like just. But I think then if I do something like this, I'll have to like, really like on this. The second panel is small, so I won't really have to go into too much detail with the shading as much. And then if I do something like this, then I'll have to do more realistic rendering, I'm thinking. But I'll have to mess with it. I don't know. Yeah, my figures are stiff, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Maybe those things on the side of his head are, I don't know what they are. Scent organs? rather than a nose, like or no, pretty gross. Dude, not the prettiest alien. I think I can live with this look. I'll need to finesse it, but I'll just render the hell out of it. Scent organs. If you look, zoom in on them, they're looking a little flaccid, if you know what I mean. I'm not sure that could certainly be strange. Oh. I'll have to clean this up if I'm going to do it for reals, but and then I could just put a layer of, too big. Could do a highlight. Layer, and then glistening ass nasty specular highlights of yeah. Although I don't know how he would fit with his counterpart, his species counterpart with those. Maybe he goes underwater and he like sprays. It's sort of like maybe he's like a fish and like underwater the female lays her eggs and he like spews out sperm over the eggs underwater through these tubules. That'd be pretty gross. That's what they are. That's what they are. I've decided. They're sperm tubes. They're sperm tubes, and they're like, he breathes like a fish. It's a good thing he's not the hero of our story then, isn't it? Because that would be gross. I'll just cut and grab everything to death on this page and so All right, well, this is going to give me more of it, so then I can get rid of these. Get rid of the, no, not that one. This one. Oh, God, I hate it when it does that. I hate it in Photoshop when it does that too. Oh, poop. All right, back group inks. Delete. I'll have to be a little bit more not so heavy-handed with the cut and grad, but when I render his face, but so the thing is though, one more test and then I'm gonna bail. So are they, no, it's still showing the gradient underneath it. So the thing is, she's dark complected, so I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna make. You like that guy? Well, the other dude is like, oh, I don't even know what happened to him. The other guy looks like an Andorian ripoff, so I'm gonna need to see. I think I need to take the antennae off of him because he looks like an Andorian from Star Trek. I'm not quite sure how to do her complexion like with the cut and grad, so I don't know if I need to just, not the cut and grad, I mean the tones. So let's just really quick throw in some darker color. That's too light. The question is though, like how to get her to both be in the front and darker than them. I'm gonna have to do some rim lighting on her probably. I'm just doing a quick test here. That's way too dark. Oh, maybe not. It's way too dark. And I would need to erase or just draw over her. So you know I'm dying to find out about your day, right? Are you going to message me later? Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs and play some video games with the dog. So I'll be up. For a little bit. Probably till about... I'm usually up till... If you get home in an hour... Yeah. She's good at keeping me company while I play video games. Well, I can always read it in the morning, I suppose. I'll probably be up for an hour, maybe longer. It just depends on how obsessive I get. So if I do a rim light on her like this. I hear you sniffing and snuffling at me, dog. I don't appreciate it. Ouch. Well, I think this might... Oh, look. See, I was like shading on the wrong layer. I'm going to have to like really do this later. I'm just testing how this might look. I'm like shading all over the place and... Yeah, I will. And if I'm not up by the time you get home, I'll be up in a few hours. So just, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm just very curious about things, stuff and things. Now, does she look dark complected to that as opposed to them? Or does she just look... I mean, I'm going to redo this, but I'm just... And I'd probably end up putting a white light, not this big. Oh my God. Not like that, ridiculous. Really? Wow. Why isn't this undoing? Oh, because it's saving itself. Okay, that highlight around her, yeah, that's ridiculous. It's way too big. You'll have to tell me the story of that too. Of your sister. Well, she has a cool story. So that light is way too big. But anyway, I would put some kind of like light around her to separate, or darker something. I want her to, I'll figure it out. But I'm going to save this for now, and I'm going to worry about all the shading for reals after I ink it. At least I guess it'll look okay. Oh, really? That's really cool, though. Are they really in like touch with their is it Maori? Is that how you say it? Are they in touch with that side, like as far as like traditions and culture and stuff, or? Really? Interesting. Oh my God. Your family's interesting. In college, I took, in my art history classes, I did a whole course on Polynesian and art history and stuff. That was neat. So, all that's New Guinea, Papua New Guinea, and New Zealand, and all those places. I probably still have one of the textbooks around here somewhere in a box. That's probably as close to that area of the world as I'll ever get, alas. Unless I like become the empress of a self-publishing empire and have all kinds of crazy money, in which case I will come and see you in Hobbiton, if that's okay. And meet Rin. Oh, I'm having a pain. So, all right. I think I'm going to go now. I think I feel more comfortable, even though I don't like the shading. Like, you know, this isn't final shading by any stretch, but I think I'm going to feel more comfortable about the final result. And just leave the lines simple. So, and I got to get rid of, I got to make this dude look I got to stop ripping off the Andorians in this dude over here. And this guy is like, kind of like, what's that guy's name? Zedborg or something from, I can't remember his name. From Futurama. The guy with the tentacle face. Except that guy didn't have flaccid sperm ejectors on the side of his head. Oh, I'd love to go there. Yeah, but I'm not going to. So here's what's going to happen in my fantasy world. My husband wants to go to Sydney, and I refuse because I know if I will be the one stupid tourist who gets bit by a Sydney funnel web spider in my hotel room, or some damn jellyfish will sting me on the beach or something. So I won't go to Australia. So he can go to Sydney, and I'll hang out with you guys while he goes to Sydney. How does that sound? Because he wants to go see the Opera House and stuff, which, you know, I would love to see that, but I'm going to be the one that gets stung. And Bugs and I don't get along. Zoidberg, yeah, that's the guy. Zoidberg. Yeah, so. All right. Now that I've like totally invited myself to your island nation, I'm going to go. So I know, but you watch all those videos on the, you know, like the world's deadliest spiders, and, you know, of course, that's what I'm saying. I would be the rare person that got the stupid, like, you know, it would be like the worst year of funnel webs or something, and I'm like the rare, stupid tourist that ends up with the problem because, so. All right, I'm out of here. Okay, yeah, see, that's why. I'm going, and it's pretty there too. I'm gonna go to New Zealand instead. So, all right, I know, dog, I'm coming. All right, Zabethy, I'll be around tomorrow. Message me if you want later to update me on stuff and things, and enjoy your evening. I'm outie. So, good night. Good night, everybody else who's watching. I think there's one silent person watching as well. So, to you, silent person, have a wonderful evening as well. Now I need to find OBS so I can sign off. There it is. All right. Good night.